A very good morning, dear children. Today we are going to do a quick revision of poem Dust of Snow and Fire and Ice of your book First Flight. Both the poems are written by Robert Frost. Children, we have done this poem earlier. Now we are going to do a quick revision of it. Before going to the explanation or the alliteration or the rhyme scheme or the poetic devices of poem, let us first read the poem. The poem Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Children, this poem is a very short poem of 8 lines comprising of 2 stanzas. Let us first go to the difficult word and meanings of this poem. First, the word is shook, which means shake. Hemlock tree. Hemlock tree is a coniferous tree, and this tree is taken to be as a poisonous one. Then the word rued. Rued means to held something in regret. Now, short explanation of this poem, that is because it's a quick one. This is about, there are 3 characters in this poem. Number 1, the crow. Number 2, the hemlock tree. And number 3, the poet himself. Now children, this poem, it's a narration by the poet. What happened one day, he was going somewhere and he was not at all in a very good mood. Basically to say that he was in a very bad mood. As he was passing by a hemlock tree, and that hemlock tree was completely covered by snow, and on that tree there was a crow that was sitting. Children, that there are few words in this poem like crow, hemlock. It shows negativity because the poet mood himself is not good, so he's speaking about negative. So right now what happened, when he was in a very bad mood, what he saw, that crow was sitting on that tree, and suddenly what happened, the crow, because of his movement, maybe the crow was shivering. Because of his shivering, the dust of snow, it felt on the poet. And as he was passing by, when he had that sprinkling of snow on him, that dust fell on him, suddenly what happened, there was a change in him. His mood changed, and that what he realized, that his complete day was getting wasted just because of his mood. But within minutes, with just a single effort of a little creature, his mood changed. And that made him realize that because of his past, he was killing his present, and that was going to kill his entire day. So his entire day was well controlled by a simple act of a crow. Now coming to the because children, in when the examination is taken, many times they ask the theme of the poem. So in short, I would like to tell you the theme of the poem. This is a short poem by Robert Frost that throws light upon the unimaginable healing power of nature. See, nature can do wonders. This is what the poem has told you. Little tiny things. You need not to have a lot of money. Little bit of tiny things can change your mood from a bad mood or to ill health. this little light can change. It can do anything. There is nothing that can't be cured by nature. This author was basically was experienced one such bad day when a crow, his crow's movement near a hemlock tree that dusted snow upon him. The snow instantly made him very happy. His day gets a lot better. Thus, the supremacy of nature as a whole made him realize how petty his problems was. The fact that hemlock tree is poisonous, that we have already told you that the hemlock tree is poisonous, and the crow, these are indicators of doom, darkness, fear, and the poet has well used it. And they are actually in the poem, they are as carriers of happiness, although we take them as bad omen, but in this poem the poet has shown that they are carriers of happiness in the life of narrator. The poet thought this object has tried to highlight that something, creatures linked with negative aspect of life, can be bringer of change and happiness. So that was the theme of the poem. Now coming to the rhyme scheme of the poem, I've already taught you the rhyme scheme. Now let's again, because it's a revision, let's quickly do the revision of the rhyme scheme. So quickly going to the last words of every line of this poem. Crow, let us assign it A. Second line, last word B. Third line, last word again it is snow, so it rhymes with crow, that it goes A. The last word of fourth line, tree, it rhymes with me, though it goes B. So A, B, A, B. The first stanza rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B. Then comes the second stanza. The second stanza, the rhyme scheme, if you quickly see the last words of every line. Heart, it's a different one, assign it C. Mood, D. Part rhymes with heart, it goes Z, C. And then rude, it rhymes with mood, so go D. So the entire poem rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. Now comes the third thing, that is the poetic devices. The poem has got few poetic devices. I told you that poet use poetic devices in order to make the poet beautiful. So here Robert Frost has used three beautiful poetic devices. One is alliteration. It's in simpler words to say, it's the occurrence of same sound or same alphabet in the same line. For example, let's see the line, has given my heart, has given my heart. Here the sound H is repeated in the same line. Then come to the second line, and save some part. These are two examples of alliteration in this poem, because here the alphabet S, that is sound S, and S is simultaneously repeated. So the poetic device that has been used in this poem, in this particular stanza, it is alliteration. Now the second one, it's enjambment. See, what is enjambment, children? When the sentence continues, see the poem, here in the entire poem there is no punctuation mark. Only at the end of the, that is at the end of the last line, there is a full stop. Now this full stop, this is the last punctuation mark. So when the sentence continues to the next line without the use of any punctuation mark, there in that particular poem, the poet has used the poetic device enjambment. Now the third poetic device, that is symbolism. In this poem, as I told you, that crow and hemlock tree, these two objects have been used. These two objects have been used and they symbolizes negativity. So in order to give the poetic device symbol, he has given the crow and hemlock and has taken as crow and hemlock tree as the objects of symbol. Now, children, a very important thing that you need to learn, that in your question paper, that is your in examination, um, in literature part, the first question is of extract based, that is reference to the context. Till 2019-20, it was of 4 marks, and earlier it used to be of 3 marks, so it was 3-mark question or 4-mark question of one. There were total questions that was asked. There were total 4 questions, and that question was either asked from a poetry, from prose, or from drama. So when extract based question, this time there is a change. Now extract based question which is going to be asked you this time, it will be for 4 marks, but earlier they used to ask 4 questions of 1 mark each, but now this time they are going to ask you only 2 questions of 2 mark each. So that is the only difference. Extract based questions are there, but the difference is earlier it was supposed to be for 1 mark, now it is for 2 marks. Now coming to extract based question of this particular poem, for example, if we read the poem, the first stanza, here the poet has said, "The way a croak shook down on me." So if this particular stanza is given in the question paper, maybe they may ask you a question, what did the crow do to the hemlock tree? So what could be the answer? Now you have to think, frame the answer. Earlier it was supposed to be for 1 mark, now it is supposed to be for 2 marks. So they can add 2 questions together, or they can give you simple 1 question, but you need to be now more creative in giving answers. Now another question, that what had given the poet a change of mood? So when we have read the poem, we have learned that the falling of dust of snow on the poet had changed his mood. So that is the answer, but now that simple answer is supposed to be for 1 mark. Now you have to think how creative you will be for 2 mark answer, because that limited word for 1 mark is not going to work. It's supposed to be for 2 marks. So you'll have to give a little bit extra 1-line explanation about the poet mood. So now coming to the next poem, that is Fire and Ice. Children, this Fire and Ice is also the poem that is written by Robert Frost. Now let us do a quick revision of this poem too. Now first of all, before revision, let us read the poem Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would be suffice. Now quickly going to the difficult word meanings of this poem. The first stanza, the difficult word is desire. Desire, that is your wish. Then in second stanza, the word perish. Perish means something that is no more, that dies. Then the third one is suffice. Suffice is the word which means sufficient. Now going to the quick summary of this poem, or a quick revision or explanation of this poem. Some say the world will end in fire. It's what the poet is saying, that it is his perception and it is his thinking, that what he feels, that someday or the other the earth is going to finish off. Because what he says and what he feels, that that the earth will get finished either by fire, or some, according to him, some say that it will get finished by ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But according to him, what he felt, that he is in favor, he favors to those people who think that the earth is going to get finished or is going to get perished because of fire. Fire, that is the it's symbol. It's a symbol of desire. It is people desires that is going to finish the entire world. Means that competition is going on to defeat others. This is going to bring the end of the earth. But if it had to perish twice, but if it given a chance to survive further, and there is another mishappening that comes and the earth need to get finished, it will be because of ice. Ice, it's again another symbol of hatred. The wars, all these wars are just because of hatred. The hatred is going to bring destruction, so much of destruction that it is going to finish off this earth, humanity, everything. Now coming to the rhyme scheme of this poem, let's check out the last words of each line. Fire, ice, desire, fire. So A, B, A, A. So the rhyme scheme of the first stanza is A, B, A, A. Second stanza, check the last words twice. Hate, ice, great, suffice. Twice, B, because it rhymes with ice. Hate, it's a new word, doesn't rhyme with any other word, so it is C. Ice, it rhymes with twice, it is B. Great, it rhymes with hate. C. Suffice, it rhymes with ice, it goes B. So the rhyme scheme of the second stanza is B, C, B, C and B. Now coming to the poetic devices. Children, here the poet has used two poetic devices. One is alliteration. As I've already told you, alliteration is the occurrence of same sound in the same line. So for example, alliteration here, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. So some say the world will end in fire. Some, the alphabet S is it is repeated in the second word, that is say. So some say, here the repetition of sound S is there, and world will, here W and W, it's there, the word, the alphabet W is repeated. So when there is a repetition of same sound, the poet has used the poetic device, that is alliteration. Now the second one, it's again, because Robert Frost is it's a naturalist poet, he deals with nature and philosophy. So he has again used the two words fire and ice. Fire and ice, as fire as a symbol of desire and ice as a symbol of hatred. So the poet has used the poetic device symbolism. Now extract based question. Now extract based question, if we take the poem, the stanza is given. Some say the world will end in fire and some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. So what's the opinion of the poet? So according to the poet, what is the opinion? What is his opinion? What he says that according to his opinion, that the earth will get finished either because of fire or because of ice. Another question that could be asked, what does the word desire mean here? So desire is it's a very, very strong word. Here desire is passion or violence. It's passion, it's human desire, human to be passionate for something, and many times this passion gets converted to violence. So that question can be asked. And another question, so there are a number of questions that can be asked on the basis of the different stanzas which are in this poem. The only thing is, if understanding is there, children, then only it is possible to answer extract based question or reference to the contest. Wish you a very happy day. Thank you.